Hi there, Dustin here for Huckleberry Fishing Outdoors. How's it going? I want to stop and take a moment and talk about something that's very important to me, and that is why I prefer using a bait caster to a spinning reel. Now, both bait caster and a spinning reel both have their good points. Yes, I realize this. They also have their bad points. But I'll tell you exactly why I like doing this. But let's get into that. First, you want to set your brake. Now, that's all the way on. That's all the way off. I set mine kind of diagonal to that white line right there. And now this tension knob, I'm going to back off. You see how that's rocking back and forth like that? That should not be doing that. And now, not walking back at all. Then your tension knob, you can loosen up all the way off, or you can turn all the way on. Now, here's the deal. See how I made a nice smooth cast there with my bait casting reel? My Abe Garcia Pro Max 3. And I cast pretty far with it, considerably, that I'm on this bridge. I'll show you how. I'll show you why. One, I'm using 12-pound Invictus line. It's fluorocarbon, by the way. 12-pound Invictus fluorocarbon line. I have this Strike King bullet weight right here. This is tungsten, which is heavy like my wedding ring that I have. Not the lure, my actual wedding ring. It's tungsten. It could double as a drop shot weight. You have that. Then you have this weighted flipping hook right here. Then you have this hula stick that I'm using. So I'm going to throw the Z-Man hula stick out here so we can't get to play. Hopefully I can get a bass to say, hey, that's for me, that's my lunch. Feed me. Oh, Nelly. Goodness gracious, he lunged at that. He ate it. And I lost him because I pulled up too soon. Gosh. As you can see, the lure and the line works. It just gummed everything up. That's number 5 for me that nearly bit today. And I don't care if I get a baby. I just want some fish for today. Because it is my birthday. And I have always wanted a birthday fish, which I've never have gotten. So yeah, I'm going to give this more stability and more backbone when I go to get a catch on this. The reason why I also like using bait caster as opposed to spinning reel, I can flip and I can pitch. Now, this is a flip. Not a heavy one, not a hard one, but still a flip. He ate that hula stick since I threw it first time. See if he does the same thing again right here. Make sure he's got it first before I start reeling. I'm getting the equivalent of buck fever today. Now, one thing that I make sure and do, and I showed you how to set it up, because you want your brake, tension, and your star drag. It's a brake, tension knob, and star drag. You want all 3 of them lined up. They are coming after the lure. They are hungry. They're biting. That much is true. They are going right after it like it's no tomorrow. So you know the lure works. You know that's right in their wheelhouse. He knows what they want. Sorry, I did this off camera. I'm resetting this lure because every time I lunge at it, it comes off. You always want to use your wrist. You don't want to use your arm like that. You want to use your wrist. You're a bass player or a drummer like me. You know to use your wrist. And I really want to get me a bite today. I've had several fish land on my lure today, but none have fully committed to the bite. I'm going to go down the road a piece so I can get something to play. See what happens. I'll show you another thing that you can do with the bait caster you can't do with the spinning reel. This right here. I don't have the reel engaged at all. I can do this. That is a flip. Let's try that again. I can do this right here. I have this right about here, right? I can do this. That's a flip into the water. It's more stealthy, it makes less noise, and it gets fish's attention. My hands smell like that fish skunk, so maybe that'll help me get a fish. I may go to Becker's Tackle Shop later today, get something. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Before I see Gary Allan tonight. So that's a flip. Now, here's a pitch. You notice with bait caster, I always give my line a tail like that. And I always cast like this when I go to cast. Giving a little bit of a twitch. One thing about using bait caster is you can't be a lazy fisherman. I'm not saying that to be a douche, I'm saying that to tell you the truth. The reason why so many guys use spinning reels or spinning reel only is they're lazy fishermen. They just want to throw a lure out there, let it sit with a bobber like a 12-year-old, and then want to go read a book or something. You know, I don't know why I'm not catching fish. It's unattended fishing. Bait caster is not for unattended fishermen. It's for action fishermen. I want to smack guys like that too. That's my professional opinion. In fact, bobbers are for 12-year-olds. If you're a fisherman and you're using a bobber and you're a grown adult, stop using bobbers. Those are for little kids. Now, this here, I'm using a Strike King tungsten weight. It's heavy like my wedding ring that I wear, which is also tungsten. I'm also using a weighted flipping hook, and I have this Z-Man hula stick. Notice no backlashes, no nothing. When I cast a bait caster, I don't have to try. No one taught me how to use a bait caster. I wish they did, but nobody did. I had to learn by watching YouTube and by trial and error. Now, the one that I learned on, I gave away. Somebody's daughter is now using it, and they love it to pieces, and they enjoy it, and I'm glad that I could pass it on to her. Bait caster is not hard. People just make it hard because it's something that you have to learn. It's like fly fishing. It's a skill you have to learn. I'll be honest, I want to learn how to fly fish, but I am honestly scared of fly fishing. That's like the 6th or 7th fish that's done that. They're interested, but they're not playing. They're not playing fair. When they do that, it drives me so nuts. I'm going to reset this hook like I want it. I'm just on camera. But fly fishing is a skill you have to want to learn. Bait casting is the same way. You can't be partially for it, partially not. You have to be all in. You got to be all in. They're dancing with it. It's a good sign. Bait casting is for guys that want to get out there and rock and roll. They don't want to go get fish to bite. They don't want to get where the fish are at. So the bait casting reel and rod I'm using, I can do this twitch motion that I'm doing in the water right now. I can get the fish to play. I can get the fish to come to me. Spinning reel, can't do that. I am always going to go with a bait caster. Oh! You saw that one come out of the water. I've been patient. Oh my goodness. Using a bait caster is definitely the way to go for me. I get catches like that are so simple and so easy. Problem with these bass is they're just not committing. I'm like, oh, that seems like it might be good. They're not quite biting down. And I've waited all morning for something to come out of the water. And I finally got it to come out of the water and it falls off. I want my very first fall fish that I can land up here in my hands. Several fish this morning. I'm going to go through the entire tackle bag until I find something they're going to bite.